Oh shit! Welcome everybody. Welcome to another. Oh shit! Music's coming everywhere. What a rookie mistake. Sorry about that.
Me too.
Hold on. Start over. Welcome everybody to another Paranormal News, where you only get the real news here first. Today, my co-host is Bigfoot Anon. We're here to talk Bigfoot. We're going to talk UFOs. We're going to talk paranormal. I even got a Mandela effect for you guys today. So, guys, if you've never been to this channel, some of you might be coming here the first time. Because earlier, just in case, I was on another channel. Let me share the screen real quick. I was on the channel, Brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob and Jessica Jones. If you haven't watched that, I'm going to put the link in here. It was a fun show. I was on there for about an hour and a half. Let me put it right here. For an hour and a half, and it was a great show. And they had this great host named Gypsy on that show. Actually, I want to thank Rob for inviting me on. Now, for anybody who's brand new that's from that channel, what we do here on the Paranormal News is we go through segments. Okay, in the segments, I'll show a video. Could be new, could be old, doesn't matter. It could be old news clip of a paranormal, a Bigfoot, and then we kind of give our opinions. It's a great way to talk about it, just to give our opinions. It's basically what it is, and it's great to try to bring the paranormal, UFOs, Bigfoot community all together. Because remember this, even because you're in the Bigfoot community, you've seen that video, it doesn't mean somebody in the paranormal community has, or the UFO community. How do we join forces? Well, we talk about it, we share information, and then we all see things for the first time together, and that's how it works. A lot of people, like I see in the chat already, Purgatory New York, She'll give her opinion on something, and we'll learn from it. Sean G will give his opinion. We learn from it. So Chad Smith might have an opinion or do something on it, or mess up my show, but he doesn't. I'm just joking. So there's a lot of great people. Dan has a great channel himself. Scott Morin's a good friend of the channel. Chris Hurley is there, and of course we got our famous women, the coconut oil, the butt girls. Now, I'm not going to get into the butt girl. People are like, what do you mean butt stuff name? No, it's not rated. That's not rated X. They're great people. But that's what we do here. We look at videos. We talk about it. It's just an opportunity for us to share. Plain and simple. Now, the first segment I always do, guys, is called World News. It's something that's not a video. It's an article from the news, from the internet. And we kind of just talk about an article, and then we move on to the segments. So starting it off, we're going to go right into World News.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty will know. Scotty has to know. Scotty's gonna know. I'm gonna tell Scotty. Gonna tell myself. Scotty has to know. Scotty has to know. Scotty has to. Scotty has to. Scotty has to go. Scotty doesn't.
All right. Now today, I only got one news story because I got a bunch of videos I want to show today. The one news story I'm going to share on the screen is, since the big hottest topic lately has been the UFO reports that's been out. And this is the title. We're closing in on them. UFO expert on Pentagon findings. So we're closing in on them. We're closing in. Everybody's closing in on the government with these files that they released. So they're going to release files so we can say we're closing in on them, on the files that they released to us. Kind of weird if you think about it, but oh well. Newly released Pentagon report says some witnesses who reported UFO sightings also experienced injuries, including radiation burns, brain problems, and damaged nerves. Now, first of all, if anybody thinks that's new, I hate to break your heart. We know that for 20, 40, 50 years, people. That is nothing new from the Pentagon. Fucking actually, we're not on a news channel. I could cuss again. On the last show, they were on the radio, so I accidentally said a bad word, and I'm supposed to, but this show I can. Come on, people. The fucking X-Files has shown radiation burns and stuff. That is nothing new. And think about this, people. Think about this. Do you really think they're going to release stuff that's really going to shock anybody? If you do, Oh my God, you got to get your head examined. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. Come on. You want the truth? It's not going to come from them. It's not going to come from this report. It's going to come from people like Connor. Okay? People from the chat. It's going to come from Sweet Morbid Bear, Chad Smith, Dina P. It's going to come from people like you. It's not going to come from them. This is what the government does. Okay? Listen, I was in the military. Trust me. There's stuff that will blow your fucking mind that they will never let you know. Because the truth is, there's some things the American public just cannot handle. Trust me. We can, but some people can't. Okay? So what they do is, well, let's get these, they call everybody conspiracy theorists. Let's get these conspiracy theorists off our backs. We'll give them a little nugget. We'll give them a little of this, and they go run with it. Right? So right now, somebody's probably reading part of this report. It's like, radiation burns. Oh my God, oh my God, we got to research. Guys, that's been around for 20, 40 years. Now, on a positive side, if this is the thing that inspires people to want to research it more themselves, that's fantastic. If that's what it's going to be doing, that's fantastic. And I hope that when you guys read this report, that's what you're using it for, to inspire yourself to go do your own research. Because I always say, I don't care if you hear something from me or Connor, we tell you something at 100%, that there's 100%, you research us too. You research Connor's story. You research it all. Because when somebody says 100%, is it really 100%? To us, it might be. If Connor had a huge Bigfoot encounter himself, yeah, for him, it's 100%, not 100% for you. Research. Do your own research. So if you take this report for anything, hopefully this inspire you to do your research. But if you're going to believe that this is the first time that people know about this, then you got to get your head examined.
For sure. All this has already been out in the community, in the foundation. But yeah, this is like some kind of damage control. They always try to get ahead of it. Radiation. But there's similar characteristics that show up in Bigfoot encounters, and then also even nightmares. Those change you forever too. So definitely I'm big on analyze and collect data yourself, write it down, and then share it with whoever you feel comfortable, the community. Yeah. And maybe we can gain ground on this. But I don't really count on the Pentagon or any of the alphabet boys for much information, because most of our breaking news comes a couple months before they release it.
Yep. And guys, do you really, truly think was this thing started leak Pentagon footage? You think these Pentagon footage are really technically leaked? Come on, people. Give me a break. Give me a break. Listen, anybody been in the military know the Pentagon's tight. There's nothing that gets leaked unless they want it to get leaked. Listen, this is a trick that movie companies have been doing for the last 20, 30 years when they're making a private movie, right? And they'll leak a little footage, like a little trailer before the trailer. Why? It gets the hype up. Wow! Look, leak trailer. And then 2-3 days later, the real trailer comes out. It's just hype built. So it's just like, if the government thinks people are closing in on them, well, let's do a little leak, and it gets them off our back.
Yeah,
it happens. Just don't get in a rabbit hole on that. Do your own research. But beyond that, let's go find out what's going on in the Bigfoot community. Now, remember, guys, you should all, go to his channel and comment and say, hey, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, I saw you have a new host on your channel named Eric Gypsy Road. I'm sorry, guys. Anytime I go on a show, when I meet people for the first time, I'm so intrigued and want to learn everything about that person. Even though the show's technically supposed to be about you, I just want to learn. And it was my opportunity to talk to Jessica Jones for the first time, and I kind of took it. And I want to thank Michigan Rob for letting me ask her questions too, because I think that's what a show is about, of just people talking to each other, sharing things off. It doesn't necessarily have to be about one person, even though if that one person is the highlight of the show. I just bring people on. And, there was a time in the past that anytime I had a guest on, I always put them in the title. But then I decided, I'm going to leave their names in the description of the title. And the title is going to be about the show itself. And it's about people coming on as friends and tributing, not just about them. I have somebody come on. This is the title. Yesterday, Bigfoot Anon, Dr. Wu, we talked about the Easter Bunny. That was the show about. It wasn't about Connor. It wasn't about Dr. Wu. It was about the Bugs Bunny, the Easter Bunny, and it's our conversation in our pieces that we all bring in. So that's what I believe in. And so I want to thank Michigan Ralph for giving me that opportunity to talk on there. I loved it. I had fun. Beyond that, let's check out this first video. And then hold on. Let me see. Where the hell? Why is things are so weird today? It actually snowed a little bit today, guys. It was so freaking weird. In the middle of April, it snowed a little bit in Seattle. This first news clip is, do you believe in Bigfoot? That's what it's called. Do you believe in Bigfoot? I don't know. Let's find out. Maybe this is what we needed to believe in the Bigfoot. Let's see.
A man has filed a lawsuit against the provincial government because he thinks the Sasquatch actually exists and needs wildlife protection. Tom Walsh has the story.
This is such a big deal. If there are man-like primates running around in the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, this is very important.
Todd Standing has dedicated most of his life to proving that Bigfoot is real. And now he says he has evidence and wants to go to court to present it.
I'm going to go to court to prove two things with PhDs, police officers, fingerprint experts, forensic experts, immense amounts of profound information. All these professional experts are going to testify Sasquatch is real.
This is Harrison Hot Springs, the heart of Bigfoot country. And for many here, it's nothing more than just a tourist attraction. But Todd thinks otherwise. And now he's gone to the BC Ministry of Wildlife and Fisheries to petition them to recognize the Sasquatch.
I don't need to play the whole thing on that one. And the reason I'm playing that, because I played something similar that way before. But this is my thing. Why do you feel that you need the government approval on to say something's real or not? And I'm being serious about that. I mean, what's it gonna do? What? So what? If the president came out, Obama came out and said one time that there are UFOs up there, but does that really change anything? Absolutely not. You don't need government approval. You could bring all the evidence you think you have. They're just going to hoax it. They're going to say, they're going to make up shit. They're not going to change anybody's mind. And what if you did? The whole government comes out and say, well, just look at the UFO Pentagon, right? The report. We got the report out. Do you really need their approval? So, Connor, now, would you rather have an approval from people like Flat Rock, Monster Radio, World Bigfoot, Amber's Paraworld, or do you feel that their opinions don't matter and you need the government's to back your evidence or to back?
I would stick with the community 100%. Even that group of names that you said is definitely different backgrounds, different beliefs. So it's not going to be one conclusive answer or agreement that everyone is completely happy. So it would be interesting to bounce the information off one another. This guy is Todd Standing. He is a very famous or infamous Bigfoot researcher, and he's been on a couple shows recently. It'd be very interesting if you and Dr. Wu had him on, and I would definitely hang out in the corner and take some shots with him too. Yeah. But I would love to go out in the woods with Todd because he has been trained by snipers and high-level military people to trek in the forest and to also track. He's a high-level tracker. Yeah. He is very famous for his pictures of Sasquatch. He has like 4 very clear facial shots of Sasquatch that are very controversial. Some people say his wife is like a famous costume designer and she made him off of the Ewoks, and it's just really wild. And some people say that it's his face transformed into a mask. I definitely just encourage people to look into it themselves. He definitely has some other footage that is, it seems to be like 95% authentic, you know, creatures running uphill over dense, harsh terrain at unimaginable speeds. But yeah, man, he's very interesting. He talked about why he tried, you know, suing the government, just because then hopefully it would start, you know, some kind of protective services or some kind of funding. But then a lot of people also say that he only wants money for himself, and he makes more than a living doing this, and then he charges people to go out and, you know, go on expeditions with them. And, you know, to a sense, that's fair to charge people, but in a way, it's exploitation too. But I don't know, man. It's just interesting stuff all the way around. And all I could say is, if you don't like them, have him on your show and hold that blade, you know, to his neck. Well, like, ask him the hardest questions. Make him answer.
I don't know him. I mean,
questions.
You're right. I don't know him. I mean, I don't know him personally. I got nothing against him personally. I just don't think you need the government approval. But I mean, I guess if you have all the money in the world to do something like this, I guess go for it. It's your money. You know, I just think that I don't need to go to the government for approval. If I found something, I'm talking to you guys. I'm showing you guys. I'm doing a private DNA test from a place that I could trust. I don't trust anything with the government, because if you hand something over to the government to be tested, you think they're going to, if you truly give them something and they look in their labs, and guys, you can't go in their labs. They won't allow you to go in their labs when they do the testing. And they found something that's so unusual. They're not going to let you know. They're going to say unexclusive. This thing we found is unexclusive. They're never going to let you know.
It's interesting. And Hiker brings up a good point, and I don't know if it's 100% confirmed or not. It's very interesting, though. He said there's a video that they took a guy out, and his guest found a pair of hairy Bigfoot gloves in Todd's pickup. And honestly, I might remember that a little bit too. But that, you know, that doesn't confirm things one way or the other. Meldrum and Les Stroud both went out with them and thought things were interesting. I just would say challenge the man yourself, and don't go on anybody else's words. And I feel the same way with Bob Gimlin and Roger Patterson, if I could talk to him through a spirit box or something. But man, yeah, I just want to get the answers from these guys.
Exactly.
I know Tim T got some hair, you know, I don't know if it was from when I found hair with him or from another expedition, and he sent it to Todd Standing and hasn't heard anything back. And Ryan from Monster Radio says he charges $15,000 for an expedition. And yes, that is outrageous, even if it's Canadian money. That's probably like 9,000 American dollars. But man, no, regardless, it is an exuberant amount of money. And I'm guessing he probably just counts on 3 hikes with rich people a year, you know. But hey, that's why when I hear people say, like, I'm all about family and all about love, you know, but I love when people are on their channels, like, you know, like family and every work and everything comes first and then paranormal. Like, I don't take that as a selling point. You know, how about me? I live, die, breathe paranormal and try to spread awareness, you know, like I want people like that, you know, but fair enough to people that are like, you know, I gotta go to work first. I go to work too. You know what I do? I bring the paranormal to work, regardless.
How many times he's done this from his workplace, people?
Oh, 1,000,000%. And even if I'm not doing a show, I'm still speaking. I'm still being myself. So people that have to be 2 different people on a podcast in your real life, come on, man, start to blend it. Start to blend it. But yeah, 15,000 is crazy, man. Pay me a couple blunts and a couple Gatorades and pick me up, and you're gonna have a few hours in the swamp with me, fam.
We'll have some fun. Well, guys, what's this next video? Bigfoot in Parkey County. Parkey County, guys. So this is Bigfoot in Parkey County.
Myths and legends are popular topics no matter where you are in the world. And while we have our local legends, a popular international legend has made its way to the Wabash Valley. News 10's Hunter Petroviak has more on what's been sighted.
Wow.
Lurking in the shadows of the Bridgeton Mill sits the main character of many myths and legends. Its bright yellow eyes and massive feet can only mean one thing. Bigfoot is in Park County. Brazil Mayor Brian Wyndham is responsible for the creature.
Well, how many chances do you get to own a myth? And I think that's what we're dealing with here, but
It's
as
for fun,
it is,
guys.
there's a lot of interest in it.
This Bigfoot is made of around 3,000 pounds of concrete. Giving the creature his paint was a group effort, now sitting in its forever home.
I think he'll become somewhat of a landmark here on the property here in Bridgeton.
Wyndham anticipates many pictures being taken with Bigfoot during the Covered Bridge Festival and beyond, allowing people to prove they've actually come across the legendary creature.
I mean, what we're doing here, it's a festival. We want people to come, have a good time, enjoy things, see something different. And I think this qualifies right here.
And while not an inexpensive item, Bigfoot's thrill might just be priceless.
How do you put a price tag on such a thing as this?
That's true.
I mean, you know, he's worth every penny of it.
Lurking in the shadows of the Bridgeton Mill, keeping an eye on its new territory. In Bridgeton with photojournalist Marty Ledbetter, Hunter Petroviak, News 10.
Why do I show that? Because I love when people have passion and love and passion. He's that thing he has is expensive. That thing's over thousands and thousands of dollars, but he did it because he loved Bigfoot. He wants people to appreciate it. You want to bring people into the community. You want people to start liking the Bigfoot. Simple things like that does make a difference. I mean, I would love where I could just spend $5,000 to $20,000 on a big freaking statue and put it in my front yard. I mean, Connor, I know you would if you had the money to spend like that. I mean, to me, that's passion. That's why I show stuff like this, because passion matters.
For sure, for sure. I love that statue because they painted the yellow eyes on at the end. That is really cool. Yes, Chad Smith joining the fam. Love to see it.
I eventually will do exclusive footage for my members. I just want to grow some people first, and then we'll do some footage just for my good friends. That is awesome. I can't believe that. That's the biggest compliment you could do. So anybody else in the chat, did any of you guys have some kind of a Bigfoot statue or anything you guys built in your front yard? I mean, if you do, I would love to have pictures. I would love to see it from you guys. I mean, that would just be wonderful. So beyond that, guys, you know what's time for? Let's get into some paranormal. All right, now I'm just going to mention this one more time. I was on a channel earlier today. I mean, most of you guys already know, but if you just joined us, I was having lunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob and Jessica Jones. So if you haven't seen that video, it's fun. And then once you go watch that video, go to his channel, because Connor himself did an interview with him too. And that was an exciting interview. In fact, I was doing a live show during the same time when Connor was on. And then Terry Brown's a new member. What the hell? Wow. This is my fucking day. This is my day. I knew when it started snowing outside, today's special. To the fact where Connor was up on my channel when he's done with theirs. But to see what's taking him so long, we actually went to their channel and spied on them and talked in the chat live on my channel while he was live on their channel. Let Connor know that we were with you. So that was fun. That was fun. Oh my God. I had something in my mind. I was going to, guys, whoever watched this live yesterday, the Easter Bunny show, know that during TikTok, I got suspended. And we didn't know why. And it says for hated material. I don't know why. Connor Girls, you should dispute that. And I did dispute it. And guess what? Got taken away. And I did a live show. Oh my God, another one. What the hell? I'm about to cry. Okay. I'm cool. But they took the suspension out because we were talking on the show yesterday. We didn't even know what I said was considered hatred. I mean, the only thing I was talking negative was that why do you have to go to a movie theater and have Nicole Kidman say, "Welcome to the theater. This is an experience." And the only hated thing I was saying is, I'm already here. I already sat through 20 minutes of this fucking trailer crap. I like trailers. Why do I need you trying to convince me to come here when I'm already here? I always thought that was stupid. But somehow that was considered hatred. But they must have looked at it and said, what I was thinking, Connor said a good point. You probably had some people who reported it and they looked at it like, he didn't say anything hated. He just said he hated to have to see a commercial about something that he was already there with. So if that was removed, that was awesome. And I just wanted to bring that up and say, always fight, guys. Always fight. I had a strike on this channel from somebody from the Bigfoot community. I decided, fuck that. I'm going to fight it and got it taken away. Do not ever give up. Always fight. You might lose, but you also might win.
You have to fight. And while we're on the topic of TikTok, Eric, could you pull up mine and show the people what I was up to yesterday after the show? I was in Two Egg, home of the Stump Jumper. And I had one of the wildest nights, man. I found some footprints and I went to a church with a recent sighting, 2 graveyards, and then a river landing where I got to film some tadpoles, some alligators, and then some weird shadows as well. But
2 eggs, is that the one?
Yeah, and it did very well yesterday too.
Stump
like
Jumper. It is a mysterious.
I'm sorry. You could talk. I had a pause.
Well, it got like 45,000, and it's really cool when videos that I made personally, I'll take 45,000 on the video that I made over, 200,000 on some footage that I'm just sharing. But it's just real cool just to add in that mix up too.
And let me put this in the chat. I'm going to put this in the chat unless somebody else already did. If they didn't, I'll put this in the chat right here. Yeah, it's cool, guys. I mean, everything is happening for a reason. I mean, even I'm getting some videos that actually got some over thousands and 10,000, 11.4. And now I'm over 1,300 followers. Now, if you guys like to have fun, my latest video, I can't play it because it's copyrighted for YouTube, is Cheech and Chong Space Coke. You ever want to know what does space cocaine does for you from outer space? Watch that clip. It will show you what space coke will do to the human person.
Your channel is doing very well, man. That's what I said. Just put in a little consistency, and you're already at 1,300, and now you're starting a little family. But I definitely appreciate it. Terry Brown down there, he said, "Hey guys, you need to go to Connor's channel and join up for his membership too. Awesome content on there." And yes, guys, please, Ryan. And, of course, Terry Brown is already a member. But Chad Smith, if you're still here, too, I'd appreciate all you guys being in there. I have, 25 hours worth of content on there still set to be released through the next 6 months. It's a really cool thing. But, yes, guys, it goes a long way. And Eric and I are 2 of the hardest working podcasters out here. We're doing this, 5 to 7 times a week.
Let me tell you guys, this is what Connor and I could do for you guys. We get enough members, we'll do a private show for our members, and we'll do it on another channel, so we could talk even like free talk that we can't say certain things here that we might get kicked off. We'll build another channel just on purpose that gets taken off. It doesn't matter. And for all the members, there'll be some private shit that we will bring up that we just can't bring up here because your channel will be taken down. That's what we can offer people. But guys, you guys all heard me say about paranormal in bars. I love it when bars have paranormal. I love to research bars. This is another one called Paranormal Investigators Go After Banta's Ghost. Banta's Ghost. Banta's is a bartender that died at his bar or whatever. And now he haunts his own bar.
Well, today is Friday the 13th, a day that is viewed as unlucky by a lot of folks out there. But in Tracy, some are hoping to get lucky and maybe see some ghosts. They're hosting a paranormal investigation.
So joining us live from this Spook Central is KCRA3's Rich Ibarra. So what or who do they hope to see there, Rich?
Well, one of the famous residents here at the Banta Inn for a number of years ago. Now, this is the Banta Inn in Tracy, famous for steaks and spirits. And the spirit in this case is the ghost of bartender Tony Gookin. Now, Gookin has been haunting this place for 40 years. And it looks like, too, that ever since he fell dead behind the bar at the cash register.
Well, basically, this was the cash register that Tony used.
The register doesn't work anymore, but it's a reminder of Tony Gookin, who finds the Banta Inn his favorite haunt. Workers say they see daily reminders that Tony is still around.
See that little swing door right there? Right here is what I'm talking about.
Such as playing with the swinging doors.
It'd be this way, and I just reach over and close it. And, you know, and we did this for 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
A poltergeist with a knack for knocking loaves of bread off the shelf.
Shipping and just land on the floor, and finally got to the point where I just reach down and pick it up, say, Tony, I don't have time for this.
But it seems Tony has nothing but time. And when things go bump in the night, cocktail glasses slide off customers' tables. And often waiters find the coins in the cash register stacked in order.
All the dimes were stacked like perfectly like this, only there was more dimes in there. So they were all perfect.
Here's a picture Kelly took the last time the coins stacked up. And then there's Tony's music selection, the way the jukebox suddenly starts playing the oldies.
I like this guy.
We all
I like this ghost.
assume that it must be Tony, and they're
Wonder
all
when
the
this
oldies and
clip came out, because that audio is trending
Tonight at
on
1 in the
TikTok.
morning, paranormal investigators will try to capture Tony on video, and Kelly will be pouring stiff drinks at the bar.
I hope to see him
Hold on,
sometimes,
I
but I
gotta
think if
pull
I
up my
did see him,
history.
he'd probably scare the living heck out of me.
So if there's a ghost of a chance that Tony does appear, there will be a crowd on hand tonight. But some are hoping that Tony won't even bother to say boo. In Tracy, Rich Ibarra, KCRA3 reports.
This is actually, this one actually is an older one. This one was actually back in 2010.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Isn't that so? That's like goosebumps, because that audio that they played, that crazy, the old tune, that's trending online right now. Like there's a million videos to that audio right now.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and the fact that it all connects, man.
Well, I just like it because,
and I knew it was 2010 because that's when I graduated. I could just tell from how people looked.
what I liked about it is that not all ghosts are evil. You know, think about it. You work at a place that you love. You know, that guy, that was his bar. And even though you passed away, it kind of tells that your spirit is still there in that place, not harming people. I mean, I don't know why he would throw glass off. I mean, he's costing the people money, but stacking the coins, throwing the bread at people. And then the guy goes, come on, Tony, stop it. I mean, that's friendly kind of ghost. That's kind of, you know, when you guys have a ghost, you should try talking to it nicely. Be nice. You might be surprised. Not every ghost is horror. It's not scary. It's not everything is a conjuring. You know, there are actually good ghosts out there. So, you know, so the more of that story is, hey, you never know. You know, one day I might pass away and then Connor will be doing the show, and then I'll be moving things while he's doing a live show, because that's where everybody knows us from. You know, I mean, you never know, people. I mean, you just don't know. That's what I love about it. Old videos, new videos. Not all ghosts are evil. Not all ghosts are evil. And I just love passion. You know, that's your job. Then this next one is, now, okay, guys, a lot of you have seen this. A lot of you. But I fucking love it. It's called The Original Christian Leprechaun, new story from Local 15. I know a lot of you guys seen this. It's funnier than shit. I know Leprechaun might not be paranormal. I don't know. It's paranormal. It's good enough. It could be cryptid. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Definitely.
But this is funnier than shit. I know most of you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch this.
Well, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, crowds are coming by the dozens to get an up-close view at what some say is a piece of Irish folklore.
Some people in the Crichton area of Mobile say a leprechaun is taking up residence in their neighborhood. A leprechaun. NBC 15's Brian Johnson has more.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. And I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm going to run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where the gold at. I want the gold. Give me the gold. I want the gold.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
People will do anything for a pot of gold. I mean, anything.
You know what I like? I like the amateur sketch of the leprechaun. It looks like somebody got a really good look at it and got that good drawing out there.
Who did that? I want to know who sketched that.
I don't know. Maybe Brian sketched it.
I loved it because just like that woman, it's a crackhead. It's a crackhead woman. It's some crackhead that climbed up in that tree. And I just love it because it's real people. And that one guy, come on, people, a leprechaun. I mean, I know a lot of people have seen that video. I think it's priceless. I love it from real people. And the guy suited up. He got that pipe. I mean, you can't pay for shit like that.
Yeah, that was so awesome, and that's pretty close to me. So I'm gonna go check that out. The Mobile Leprechaun right down the street from the Mobile Wolfwoman. Flat Rock said that's the same neighborhood. So yeah, I'm gonna go investigate here soon. But yeah, once it showed that police sketch, it all came back. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. This is hilarious.
I know. It's one of those that you could show a million times. It's just fun. The bamboo flute. I know everything about that was it's just so classic because these people are just being themselves. They're just having fun being themselves. You know? Shit, I wish the leprechaun. You got what's her name? Who the very first Leprechaun movie had that star from
Warwick Davis? Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. A lot of people forget that Jennifer Aniston's first big break in a movie was Leprechaun.
Yeah.
It wasn't Friends. Leprechaun came out before Friends. It was one of her first big break, but that she was in Leprechaun. And then, guys, that Leprechaun movie is actually good.
Oh, yeah. I think they're all really funny. The one that doesn't really look like the Irish leprechaun, it more looks like the rake or a crawler. That one's a little sus, but I hope they get fully back into.
Yeah, they're gonna redo the franchise. I heard they're gonna redo it.
I can't wait. That will be so cool. That's one of the funnest ones, man. And it's scary because he's manipulative and very smart. But it's always been close to us, guys. You know, a rainbow. You always think. What's at the end, you know, the pot of gold, and then Lucky Charms, and even like the Keebler Elves have like the leprechaun vibe. The Fighting Irish, Notre Dame was always close to my heart as an Irishman, of course. But yeah, so cool.
Beyond that, guys, it's time for the UFO. All right, guys. The first one I'm going to show is UFO sighting. Strange objects dart across the BC night sky, and I thought the coloring of the object was very interesting.
Oh my gosh! Look at it! It's behind the tree. What is that?
This cell phone video was captured by an Esquimalt man. He says he and his wife saw two strange objects darting around the night sky.
At that point, we were at a loss for words, and we were like, what the hell is that?
So Brian Cooper and his wife leapt out to their balcony on Monday night, and he started filming what he's calling a UFO. something he claims was likely a secret military vehicle or may even be proof of alien life.
I have never seen anything like this in my life, and I'm a very skeptical person.
Cooper says the objects first appeared around 8:30 at night. One soon vanished, but the other kept flying all over the night sky, including Esquimalt Navy base. He describes it as being as big as a Volkswagen, flying like a drone, except faster.
It had lights that spun in all different directions.
Vera Lynn Weaver lives one floor above the Coopers. She says she also saw the UFOs and still can't explain what they were.
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. It's not anything I've ever seen before, and like I said, I've grown up on military bases. I'm used to some strange things, but I've never seen anything like that.
We decided to try getting to the bottom of things. The Navy base declined to view the footage, but said there was no military flights of any sort on Monday near the base.
That's good
So we
research.
showed the video footage to a professor of astronomy and physics.
It's grainy, it's shaky with questionable audio, but you have to remember these are taken on the spur of the moment.
He says 99% of the time there's a UFO spotting. There's a simple explanation.
Could that be alien life form flying around here?
I can't definitively rule it out on the basis of that evidence, but I'm going to put my eggs in one basket and say no.
As for what he thinks this evidence supports,
it seems consistent with a drone, but with evidence of this quality, you can't make a 100% call every time.
So we contacted an expert in drones and showed him the video, and he said, based on what he's seen, it is very likely a drone.
I would say that would be a Phantom aircraft, which is a UAV, drone, multi-rotor, electric air vehicle.
But again, our expert was careful not to rule everything out.
I would say absolutely non-alien life form, but never 100%.
You know, I'm open. I would like to find out what it is, because myself personally, I do not have a rational explanation for what it was.
And it seems, although it's very likely a drone, even experts in flight and space can't say for certain.
Okay, now I can't tell you guys if it's a drone or not. It's impossible to know unless you're there seeing a person doing a drone. But the problem is, I even said this on Michigan Rob's channel that, you know, excuses of meteorites and drones are way easy to use now on flying objects. If they want just say, for example, just say 100% that's been verified by, I don't know, their government or whoever runs the UFO thing. Dude, that it really is a ship. It's easy for them to come out and tell people, say, oh, that's a drone. That's a meteorite. So could it be a drone? Of course it could be, but it might not be. I liked it because the color of, you know, the purple, you know, and they did do the proper research, you know, check the military base, but you think they're going to tell you the truth too? They don't have to tell you shit, you know. Now they did say there weren't no planes. Okay, that's good. You can mark that off. Good. That's one off. But guys, you know, take those videos, record that stuff, because not everything is going to be a drone. Don't get sucked up to that world that, oh, that's automatically a drone. It could be, but it could be not. You know, what do you think, Connor?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was an interesting color for sure. And it seemed to like move in certain waves too, which, you know, is definitely not a plane. It could possibly be a drone. It could
go, like that yet. I mean, most drones,
a high level one.
This. You know, It doesn't go like this yet. I mean, they're not that aerodynamic. You know, that kind of a movement. That's the only reason why I'm thinking it might not be a drone, because the movement is too much. I'm not an expert.
I was just thinking, if a drone, it would be like a high level one, like thousands of dollars, not civilian, probably, you know, government or alien drone anyway. But I do think, you know, Project Blue Beam is coming, and they're going to be projecting things in the sky. So we can't fall for everything. So just, you know, believe your eyes, but also see through their lies.
Yeah. Now, guys, this next one. Take your me, Connor, like sports. This is nothing for us. I like sports, and I know a lot of people don't care for sports. But beyond that, This next video is about Aaron Rodgers tells Pat McAfee about his UFO experience. Okay, now he's telling a story. Now, why am I playing this? Listen, I don't know Aaron Rodgers personally. I heard in real life that he's a jackass to people. He's really, he's not a nice guy in real life. I don't know that for sure. But for anybody that's in a spotlight, which he's in a spotlight, it talks about a UFO or paranormal, that's kind of good. It kind of helps the community out more than you think it does. I mean, when you hear this from people, I can't tell you if he's telling the truth or not once you see the video, but I do admire when people are in the spotlight, and fucking Aaron Rodgers is in the spotlight. He's still in the prime of his career, and he does talk about UFO. I want you guys to hear the clip.
I read an article, a couple of them. These got sent to me whenever people found out that you're coming on every Tuesday. That I have to ask. What's that? What's that? His hands?
I'm just talking to Aaron. Yeah, keep going.
I just want to know about the alien thing. So everybody tweeted me because you and I share very similar views on a lot of things. It sounds like Ricky Gervais, The Office, Life, dropping dime socket signs. And by the way, UFOs, I am all in. This was a big story in your life because I get tweeted it probably, 15 times a day. Ask them. What is your UFO experience? This is unbelievable. Every night I go out looking for one. Literally, I'm always like, come on, let me see something. Let me get it on camera. Let's have a night together, you and I.
You gotta call them in. Did you not watch CE5?
What do I gotta say? I want Bigfoot hunting, and they told me just to yell as loud as I can. I want Bigfoot hunting with a deaf guy. By the way, Bigfoot hunting is like 90% audio, so going with a deaf guy is a problem. But if you want to tell me how I can call in an alien, I am here for it.
That can't be a real story.
Real story. He was in the hills of Georgia. He had Confederate flags all over him. It was kind of a sketchy situation. We went out into the woods. They had a Bigfoot caller. We didn't see shit or hear a damn thing, and the deaf guy's never heard a thing. Anyways, let's get to the UFOs. Hanley, please.
There's a documentary called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, I believe. It's about this organization that came out during quarantine that goes out and does these circles where they call in UFOs, and they have video of it and all these different things. Anyway, long before this happened, 15 years ago, and I told the story on the Nerdist podcast with Pete Holmes, comedian friend of mine, but I told a story about how I was in New Jersey with a teammate of mine, Steve Levy, and Steve has been asked to, after I shared this on the podcast 5 years ago or so, he's been asked to verify my story, and thankfully he did.
Steve.
But it was him and his brother at their house in Jersey, and we saw a crazy thing in the sky that filled up most of the vantage point that we had. It was a snowy night. It was orange and moving in the clouds from left to right. And the bizarre part that was attached to it was that after it went out of sight and we were frozen looking at each other wondering what the hell just happened, about 30 seconds after that, we heard fighter jets. And if you've seen a flyover, or you watch Top Gun, or you've been to an air show, you know what that sounds like, the sound of a plane zipping by. It's undeniable. And there were 3 of them that seemed to be chasing whatever this was.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous.
And after that, I really got into researching that because we had this story that we couldn't explain. It wasn't in the papers the next day. It wasn't in the papers the day after that. That was never really talked about. And so it was just something that I definitely got into and was interested more in, and I've done some research over the years. Had some other interesting experiences as well, but that was probably the most vivid and expansive interaction that never got talked about or explained.
What are those other interesting experiences?
Well, that's for another time, Pat.
Now, he's a big star to come out to tell that story. I mean, it takes some guts in someone. I know he's still top of the world. He can say whatever he wants, but that's still somewhat, my opinion, bravery to say that story. And it's very interesting, right? That as soon as he's seen it, 3 jets go chase this thing. What's that about? And would that be something that a big star would lie about? I mean, I haven't heard. One thing I've heard about Aaron Rodgers, he's a prick to people, but you don't hear that he's a liar at all. He just tells people how it is. So I don't know. Connor, I don't know if you heard that story before, if that was your first time.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's interesting on all different angles because Pat McAfee is awesome. He was the best punter and a kicker in the NFL, and then he retired early to become a podcast host, and now he's a wrestler in WWE, and he's killing it. And then AJ Hawk was the big guy on the side, and he's from Ohio State, grew up not too far from me, so that's really cool. And then, yes, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, arguably the most talented ever, and he has always came out with the truth, and he's tapped into some crazy information. I know him and his old girlfriend Cheyenne Woodley were really into like meditation and other types of thinking, like ayahuasca and expanding your consciousness and mind. But yes, to hear him talk about a UFO encounter is very cool, puts it definitely on the map. And then he brought up the Stephen Greer movie, which again is controversial itself. Some people don't really buy into it, but again, you just have to take the good and then just forget the bad. And that's what I'm big on. So it's all very interesting stuff. But yes, Aaron Rodgers is the man. And for him to come forward and be brave enough.
It exposes the sports community to like, wow, maybe there is something here. You want communities to grow, people. You need people like that to come out too.
Yes.
That's how you get it to grow. You got to get listen, we could talk to each other all we want all day. Is it gonna gain people? We might gain a few, but Aaron Rodgers and having this. Now, when I put this video out, somebody might watch this video only because of Aaron Rodgers in the title. Ooh, Bigfoot. Wow, that's interesting. Ooh, paranormal. That's interesting. It all helps. It all makes a difference. We see Pack play for West Virginia. We see him a few times in college. That's cool. I like the footage of the UAP surrounding the Navy ship off of San Diego.
There's some really good footage of Pat McAfee. Like he told the scouts that he knew how to place hold. He never knew how to do that. He kicked an outside kick to himself and recovered it. But yes, he's a mountaineer, great, and I've loved him ever since watching him back in the day, and my grandparents too. So yeah, man, and he's brave. And you heard him say like he wants to have a UFO encounter. Maybe you should just keep blowing up Pat McAfee, man, because his podcast is like arguably like top 5 in the world right now, and he's really into UFOs. So maybe he'll have you on the show, or maybe he would come on this show.
Right. We'll get him on. We'll get him on this show. God damn it!
For like a 15-second call-in, that would be what we can expect. But yeah.
Hey, I don't, it would be cooler if he comes on this show because it shows what kind of guy he is. He's not too big for his bridges. That's what I
don't know. If you're on his show, then you're on ESPN.
That's true.
Then a lot more.
Show more character if he comes here.
Character schmaracter. Character goes a long way, but numbers are numbers.
Well, let's check out the Mandela effect today, guys.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
All right, guys, this one's a little different. This was actually a couple high school kids that has a news channel on a high school, and they're interviewing a few people about the Mandela effect. I thought that was kind of cool. You know, this is not to make fun of the community. This is not to. I know there's people out there like, oh, they're mocking it. Oh, shut up. You know, to get people to do any kind of interview and ask questions is all a good thing. And people need to realize that not everything is making fun of other things. I thought it was kind of cool. I'll see what you guys think. So these are a bunch of kids are going to interview some students and teachers about the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. What is it?
Hold on, let me go back here.
Mandela effect. What is it?
The Mandela effect is what happens when someone has a clear memory of something that has never happened in this reality. We went around OHS interviewing OHS students and teachers about their thoughts on the Mandela effect. Just introduce yourself first.
Oh, I'm Bud Raleigh.
My name is Ray Levine, and I'm in 12th grade. I'm a senior.
My name is Trenton Sabo, and I am a senior.
My name is Mrs. Barnett, and I'm a math teacher.
Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes, I have. Yes.
A little bit, but not really.
It's when Nelson Mandela invaded Pakistan.
That is incorrect.
Kit Kat. Is there a dash or is there no dash?
In Kit Kat, there's no dash.
No dash.
There is no dash. Wow, okay. I was expecting...
Oh, gee, the Kit Kat.
No dash is actually correct. Good job, Trenton. How do you spell Fruit Loops?
Fruit and then L-O-O-P-S.
So how do you spell fruit?
F-R-I-U-T.
Fruit Loops, see, F-R-U-I-T, and then the other word is L-O-O-P-S.
F-R-U-I-T-L-O-O-P-S.
It's actually F-R-O-O-T.
I think you might be right on that. Yeah, because those crazy birds, yes.
Actually, it's actually F-R-O-O-T. Fruit Loops. They rhymed it with loops.
Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle?
Yes.
He does.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh. The answer is
you
no.
gotta understand now. I haven't played Monopoly since I was 25, and I'm 100. So come on.
Does not have a monocle. Yep.
Come on now.
Crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
I hope this video made you guys open up your eyes.
And from whatever universe you are in right now, from OHS News, I'm Jacob Donovan.
And I'm Mackenzie Barnard.
Stay woke.
I love it. I love seeing kids willing to interview some people and have some fun with the Mandela effect. And it doesn't, it helps people. It helps. Listen, the one guy, Kit Kat, no dash, no problem. But Monopoly, he remembers it, even though he played it, he was 25 or younger. So, I mean, you know, it makes you think. It's fun. And I love stuff like that. I love seeing young people. And what I liked about it is that was that year. Hold on. What year did that video come out? Let me look for a second because I was impressed what year that was. I got to find it. Oh, here we go. Let me click on it. That was actually 2016. Now, Mandela effect has exploded since 2016 because I remember my own brother, Dr. Wu, he got started into it in 2016. And I remember during those years, there wasn't a lot of people. There were some core community on YouTube, which I know, which I still like them. And then a lot of the new people didn't start coming in until 2018, 2019. That's when the truthers kind of invaded it, kind of ruined it, in my opinion. But that was done in 2016 in the beginning stages of the popularity to social media. So I thought that was cool that they were doing that in the beginning when the popularity slowly started. Not popularity, people realizing that there's something to the phenomenon.
For sure. I love to see it too. I love seeing little student films like that. And it inspires me. I'm like, man, I'm going to go and ask people. And we already have on the show, you know, I've asked customers live on the show. But actual format like that would be so cool because it's such an easy question and it's so fun. And it's so like, oh my gosh, mind blowing, you know, Bernstein or Berenstain, Kit Kat. But it does get deep, like your brother says, man. Some of these changes are hiding and rewriting our history for a reason. So it's very interesting. I wanted them to keep going, though. It's like, dang, you guys only did 2 of them. But Amber's got a really interesting one right there. She says, Eric, go to Google and search what is the current year in Nepal. And I think that's really interesting. And I don't know if you guys know about the smart city or smart country being built in Saudi Arabia. It's like a long line. It kind of looks like Elysium. And it's all going to be like 5G, 6G, heavily patrolled by drones all the time. Everybody has microchips. It's some crazy stuff. It kind of sounds like the Matrix, like the Animatrix, you know, what really led to it.
What's the current year in Nepal? Friday, April 15, 2022.
Well, do you see, scroll down a little, you see how it says, is it year 2077 in Nepal?
Happy New Year to everyone in Nepal. This year is now 2077. In Nepal, there's New Year Eve celebrated on its first, April 14, 2020.
And that was 2 years ago. And Sean G just said, you know, 2079. Very interesting stuff.
Wow.
I'm big on the crooked
right here.
calendar
Yeah,
too,
2079
guys.
right there. Yeah.
October, octagon should be 8. November, 9. You know, Deca, 10.
Wow. Yeah,
It's
no,
very
Sean's
interesting.
right. It's right there, 2079. Interesting. Tells you we live in a weird comic book world. Nothing what it seems, right?
100%. See, I feel like some channels, like this information would be like, oh my God, you know, but us, it's like, yeah, guys, that's pretty much what the data leads us to. But that's the good thing about the community too. Like I love having all of our eyes in different sections and certain areas. It's amazing.
Ask yourself: there's been an increase in Bigfoot sightings, UFO sightings, paranormal. Is it because it's population more? Is it social media? You know, you got to think of everything. You know, why is if there's remember, guys, I always tell you this. Even in Mandela effect, if you feel something is real, you got to ask yourself why. Why is it real? Why is it real for you? So you know you play that game. If there's an increase and you know there's a real increase because there's even more, why? Research it. Is this a clue? 2079? There might be a clue here. Amber also wrote, "We all in different realms."
Yeah.
You know, is there a reason why the last 10 years the multiverse is more popular than ever? Are we being trained for it? I'm not, you know, Hollywood has to write these stories from somewhere from the beginning, somewhere too. You know,
there's like a higher bonus for soldiers that sign up before June, too. So it's like, what's in June? What's in July? So it's gonna be some crazy stuff. But everybody, just make sure you get some food and water and Gatorade and juice and some seeds for a garden and stuff for your pets and cats and dogs and all your livestock. Just because, guys, the shelves are definitely bare now, but it's just going to get crazier and crazier. And let's be the strong pillars in all of our families and family trees and communities and streets and cul-de-sacs. You know, let's be the ones that kind of people can rely on a bit.
Yeah. So, guys, beyond that, I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow, that's right. Fridays are early out. So tomorrow will be at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I forgot. Fridays is when all my kids are out. So we'll be back to the normal, usually around 10. And then, you know, we'll have more news to talk about. And then, Connor, you actually got anything big coming up this weekend?
I am working this weekend. Easter is going to be exciting. Just be looking out for the Easter Bunny. Yesterday's show was really fun. I'm going to be premiering a video on Saturday. Man, I'm just super excited for the momentum for my YouTube channel. But it would be nice if you guys could start joining as members, definitely. Terry Brown, again, thank you so much. But, man, yeah, I have so much to share and to finish editing. Yesterday, I put together a really cool video. It was like 48 minutes of the 2-egg stump jumper going to some local locations and then finding some strange evidence. And then hopefully some people can see what's in the background as well. But man, yeah, just really just riding the wave. And hopefully finishing that Fallout movie soon. I actually wrote a movie last night. I was up till like 2 or 3 o'clock, smoking and typing, and it's called Eternal Siren, and it's about a siren, but it's like a mermaid movie. And I wrote it, sent it to Jack already, the dude, that makes Zillafoot and the Void Cat. And once he gets off work, he's going to tell me what he thinks. He said he really likes it, but he wants to tweak some parts. I have like reporters. I have one main character, a man, and then one main character, a woman, the mermaid. And then there's reporters in it. And the reporters talk about like an ancient structure was found. And then later, they talk about how it's like Friday the 13th and a blood moon eclipse. So clearly it's being a little bit, campy, but hopefully he has some good ideas to help shape it. But, just riding the wave, man. Everybody, though, you can check me out on Amazon Prime, Zillafoot for free. The Void Cat is coming out next month. Super pumped about that. The trailer is on YouTube and TikTok. And then please, guys, I know you guys stank. Please buy Yeti bars. Use my code BA10. You were talking about it a little bit on your show, Eric, and it was really cool. Yeah. But then everybody said, Dr. Squatch, Dr. Squatch. No, Dr. Squatch is in Walmart. Yeti bars. That's small community, So yetibar.net. BA10 for special offer. But then also, buy my books online. Big Brother Bigfoot, Eerie Swamps, Road Trip to Eden. Who else you guys know? Hiked 500 miles this year, been on 100 different podcasts, wrote 4 different books, smoked 2,000 joints. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very excited, for the future and everybody. But hard times are coming worldwide, but think of the big picture, definitely.
All I know, we're living in some weird times right now. Right now, it's fucking hot. I don't know what it is. The weather changed. And this morning, it actually snowed a little bit to the point where I was driving. I actually did a 6-minute video live. And that's how I knew it actually really did work, because it actually started snowing outside in the middle of April here. And then now I'm sitting here like, shit, I'm kind of burning up. It's like the weather is just so wacko. Is it paranormal? I don't know.
It's Seattle, baby.
But it's never. I don't know. And I don't know. It's just weird. But beyond
Eric,
that, guys,
Eric, you can download your past lives too. So if you ever,
I have 8 of them.
What was that?
I have 8 past lives according to Amber's Paraworld.
Oh, you have 8 of them? Well, you can download them too. So if anything ever happens, on it that you want to keep, you can go back and it's the live replay center in the settings, and you can download it. Like I captured a live knock one time on my live, so I downloaded it. And for my members, I've been downloading my lives that are like 45 minutes long on TikTok, and then I upload them on my YouTube privately too, so people have access to watch that even if you're not on TikTok.
So guys, what I was talking about is Amber Paraworld did a private reading, and she says I have 8 past lives. So that's awesome. But beyond that, guys, I got to get going. I'll see you guys tomorrow.